What's up, everybody? Um, I've been contemplating on posting anything or doing anything. I haven't been able to process everything that's went on today. I almost lost everything. And I wasn't gonna go. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. I never did. I had to work through so many emotions. And as I'm seeing that you're seeing emotions, and I've said it in the videos before, emotions aren't absolute, but they can really wreck you and wreck stuff. I've had to work through a lot of emotions over the last year, and not all of them were my fault, and they were navigating them was unknown for me. I tried my best. But I didn't ever want to fight. I saw something in you. And I wasn't my best when we met. I wasn't my best when we met. And I made mistakes. I regret things that I wish that I was stronger than. But I was never perfect, and I will never be perfect. I often question my worth to you, and I'm sure you question your worth with your past. So long I wanted to be something that you never got. And with everything that we've done, I wasn't capable of giving parts of me that weren't existing yet. Oh, and I tried. Not doing well. And I don't want to cry to the world. I trust in God. I'm trusting in God. I wasn't gonna go today. I've been seeing your things, and you know it. I didn't see your one until today. I've missed work the last week. I'm figuring out where to place the people that are in my life and where they need to be for my own growth, for my own faith in God with everything that I'm going through. I got to work, and I've accepted that if you want a distance and everything that I'd give you, that things that I haven't been capable of doing, and we've never taken time to heal, or when we had time, we both didn't always make the right choices. And it's something I've prayed for you, and we can't act out an emotion. I went today, and I've always went to all my court dates, so I wanted to go today. Regardless, I needed to face it and be a man, and be able to walk through it and see it for myself. And if I didn't go, I would have lost my everything. I'm so happy. I watched your video when I got to work, and I told you that I wanted you to have those relationships that you hadn't been able to have. And they were not all my fault. This past year has not been all my fault. My fault is the way that I dealt with things. My fault is the way I dealt with communication with you. I made a video about it. Those are what my faults are. The way I handled things and my emotions. My lack of emotions. I'm so happy that I told you when I last saw you. The day before the last time you went to our home church. I hope that you're connecting with the people that are good in your life that you've missed. And I hope that you continue your walk with God so you know how to be a light to them. I didn't want you to be separated from people. I wasn't always the reason for it, and I had my arms open for a long time. I was hurt. Our church misses you. And we love you too. No matter what, we will. I hope that you follow Jesus. For so long I prayed for you to seek God. I have so much to say, but just know that with God there's nothing impossible. We just have to position ourselves. We have to make a choice and jump. There's no mountain in our life that we see that is too impossible for God if you have God centered in everything you do. My hands are in the air. They're open wide. We love you too. I want to talk about good things. I'm at work today. It's rough. I made a drink this morning and I'm hungry now. Today's 35 days celibate. Look at me. Today I'm getting my 30-day chip. I don't want. I'm going to be a husband one day. And when I see my wife walking down, I'll have tears in my eyes. Because God will be in that. I'm going to be an amazing husband one day. I respect and I value you. And as a man, all I can do is become a better man and learn from my mistakes. Be accountable. I'm so glad that you'll get to see your nieces that you love. I told you on the ground in your room. It's not too late. There's nothing impossible when you have God in it. I'm so happy that you get to see that in your sister's life. She get married. They had their ups and downs and so many things. And they were able to work through it and they're getting married. I got a couple calls the other night, Friday, and I keep missing them. I spend hours in my Bible and on my computer Bible and stuff and my phone. I don't ever. I saw it the next day at like 10:30 in the morning and I'm like, oh, it said 9 something. I just missed it, but it was Friday. And I feel like I know what it was. And I feel like you may have done that because you're working through your emotions as well. And you make mistakes. And so you call me. And maybe it wasn't you. I need prayer, you guys. Getting a 30-day chip today. Celibacy. Something that I've only tried one time. And it was with you, Miranda. I've never tried that with anyone else. There are so many firsts. You used to tell me all the firsts that I did. There were so many firsts with you. And they were not all bad. There are so many firsts that I've done with you that I hadn't done for anyone else. And so many firsts never was with anybody that even contemplated being a follower of Christ. And we're not perfect. And I'm sorry for my mistakes in that. For the things that I've called you. I wasn't the best follower of Christ. I wanted to. And I kept trying on my power. And on my power, I let my emotion get involved. And once my emotion was involved, those lows were going to happen. So I didn't have control in my life and what had happened to me. I took an anger management class. I did it on my own. I made a post about it. Sometimes you have to dig deep and really look and see what you want for your life. And sometimes you make mistakes, and those are the things that the God uses to give you source of a want, of a drive. And you're right. Sometimes just being accountable isn't enough with these things because we've said these things that we know we shouldn't do before. You're gonna be such a beautiful wife one day. And whatever you put your heart into, if it's social work, because we talked about adopting, we talked about having a kid. And a resident was asking about my kid today and asked if I wanted more. And I do. I don't know when. I don't get to choose what it is. If I got a choice, it'd be a girl. But you're gonna be an amazing wife one day. You're gonna be so beautiful when you walk down there with all of your family there. How it should be. Jesus says to not lean on your own understanding. Just know you have a family. You have a church family. You have a couple families. And as you said in a video, it's okay to have emotions. It's what we do with them. It's the power that we take in those emotions that will drive us to what we want. If you have God in it, centered in everything you do, and you're not leaning on your own understanding, you're praying and waiting. See, and our emotions will jump. We'll have emotions and we'll suppress them because in our eyes and our power, we don't see how something good can come from something that's been so unknown or so emotional. So we can have a want and not know a way. And it's so easy for us to think, okay, I'm going to replace this time going here or with these people. Then that must be, and you have an emotional time in these places, and that must be what God is saying you should do. I want everyone to know that the enemy sends people. The enemy knows your potential. God knows our potential, and he'll test us. The enemy will dangle people to us that we've allowed to hurt us and things and people in our lives to continue to do that. And when we're in emotion and we're scared, or we replace something and we're having emotion that's positive or negative in it, we'll often think that that's God. And it's not always the case. So many times in the Word that God, the enemy came to God and said, let me do this. And God said, gave them the okay to do it. Just don't kill them. That example is Job. I'm not your enemy. The devil that you've let in your life, that we all have in our life, through our wounds and people and choices, that's our enemy. God can mend, he can restore, he can make what seems impossible or what we don't see can be to be. You guys, I need prayer. My ex Miranda, she needs prayer. We love her. Our church family loves her. We've needed distance. I think that we both needed time and need time to see how to go about things in a perspective with God. I want you to know It wasn't too long ago that when I looked in your journal of what you wanted, being single and celibate and not giving up God. I don't ever want you to give up God. For so long I wanted you to have God. And as the man that was supposed to be a man of God and be the head and lead and guide, I dropped my first love for so long. And I'm not letting go of him. And I hope and pray you never let go of him. Because he will make the things that seem impossible possible in your life as long as you be obedient. Don't replace your loved ones. Like I told you, be grateful for what God has given you and allowed you to have through your mistakes and choices. Be grateful, and as a Christian woman and as a Christian mother, be the best Christian woman and Christian mother you can be. I've told you, many are called and few will answer, and even fewer will stay on the call. You've always been chosen, Miranda. You've always been chosen. There's always a reason why you meet somebody. You've been chosen. I'm so happy that you have these people. I told you it's not too late. I've told you that I wanted you to have them. God knows you need to have them. In the position that God will have you be with them, and vice versa. It's rare for people to truly change. And you can't truly change unless you have God. Unless you're broken enough and you let him have the pieces, because we get broken and we replace them. We fill it in with time and people and things, and we go off emotion and feel right, and that we've made mistakes. So just know that in this time the devil is going to be very active. And when we trust on God, there's going to be long periods of having to wait. When we feel things so much in our hearts and our desires, and they match up with God, don't wait. We're connected. I'm so happy that you've got to see your nieces, and you're gonna get to see them more. Keep God centered in every interaction you have with them and all these people. Don't make God first. Make him the center of everything. Because he will bloom that. We are the branches and he is the vine. I want you to shine so much. And today was so scary. And it's going to be a while for me to process it. But we love you too. And God is in control. We aren't. Take it to God. You have a home. Nothing will ever be the same. That's a no-brainer. And I read what you needed and wanted before. I was scared. I'm not the same. No matter what. I'll never be the same. How can you? How can you be? With God, all things are possible. With God, he's changing me. He's transforming me. I'm not going to lose that. God's centered in my life. I'm going to be a husband one day. I'm going to be an amazing father. Like I have have been, and I'll be a better one. And I'll be a better one with anyone that God puts in my life. Because I know what love is, and I know what love isn't. And there's patience. There's sacrifice. We love you too. And we always will be. Loving you. Fear not. I'm only one call away. But I'm going to respect your distance. I don't need to have you there every day or hear from you every day to know that you're there and that you care for me too and that you love me too. Remember that song I played one time? I know you love me, baby, and I love you too. You're going to be an amazing, beautiful wife. And you deserve that. And when you do, your mom will be there. Your brothers will be there. Your family and your husband's family will be there. God can mend hearts. We have the power to do things. He gives us power. He says to fear not. And through Christ I can do all things. Remember your hoodie? So let us pray. Remember your shirt? Let your dry bones come alive. Read what that is. Read your shirt. These were reminders I wanted you to wear. I wanted your beauty to be in the Word and the Word to change you. And your strength and your character will be made in God. And it's still the same. Every time we were separated, the hardest thing was the trust, because when that was broke, and we know each other's routines and lives and what we're susceptible of, it was hard, and it was something that we both knew we needed. Did we ever think about what we would do if we went about it the right way? Did we ever think about... I've said in videos, and if you ever make the time, watch those videos in closure. Watch them in strength, not in sadness. I can't fix you, and you can't fix me. But God can. Remember that thorn in your flesh? Conquer it. Just know as you're going through this journey and you lean on God, you're going to be under attack. Remember all the hours I talked to you. That I said I'm like a snitch. Because spiritually, we're being heard. And I'm being heard right now. I trust in God. No, fear not. I expect trials to come. I want you to. I want you to be open. Don't fall for the tricks the enemy will do. It's your time to level up. I'm glad that you have conviction. I pray for you daily, multiple times every day. I have countless people praying for you too. Don't hide in the dark anymore, Miranda. Rachel misses you. She talked to me and thought we were married. I said, nope. Hope to be married one day. You have a home and you have people that care for you. I know what it's like to hide and be hurt. And hide in sin. We have to grow up. Be more mature. Be accountable. We have to grow spiritually. we're going to have these waves of back and forth. And on our own understanding, we're going to be blocking out blessings of God or blocking out growths that He has. And He has you to grow with yourself and grow with people that He has in your lives, and to prune so you can bear fruits, to cut branches that you're not supposed to have. I'm a man of God now, boy, that's evident. Those who don't believe that they could live again, I'm evidence. Put your old person to death. Renew your mind. Heal in your heart. Let Him transform your heart. And you give Him your desires. He desires to have you happy and have you whole. To be the best you can be, that you can't imagine, that you might be able to have a taste of, but you haven't had the experience. He'll give you joy. I'm going to continue to pray for you. Value the people, the godly women that He has in your life. Be honest with them. I've always told you to do that. Don't hide in sin. We made mistakes in that. We made mistakes with our own hearts and our ties with people and decisions. And I'm forgiving you every day. I really am. I'm forgiving myself. This faith walk ain't no cakewalk. I love you to the seed. I wish the best for you. You know where I'm at, and I just pray that you prosper. And never forget, they not like us. And we not like them either. If you follow Jesus, you're going to be persecuted, and it might be the closest to you. Walk in faith. That's something that I guess I couldn't have given you. I knew a lot of stuff. I went through a lot of stuff, and I've seen a lot of stuff. But this obedience walk, that's when you give your will to God, and you allow Him to heal you. Let Him heal you. Guard your heart and guard yourself from everyone, even what's familiar. Trust in God. Put Him in everything you do. Thank Him. I thank you for not taking what matters so much to me away. I can't even imagine what my life would be. I'm sorry, you guys. God is the one in this. His hand is on it. His hand's on your life. I'm thinking about forever. Do you think about me still? Do ya? Do ya? I don't want to be your escape, and I don't want you to be my escape. A godly relationship is building each other and encouraging each other in the faith, sharpening each other. I can take a lot of notes with areas in your life, and you can take mine. There's so much to say, but with God, there's a lot of action that has to be applied. I'm at a good place in my life. Not physically and not financially, and often not mentally. The enemy knows our stuff just like the Lord, but he's a liar. I'm going to worship through the pain. I'm going to worship through the dreams. And I pray that you have dreams. Win or lose, don't ever lose that. Your fanship of the Ducks. And I'm going to always remember all the firsts. We don't know the future. I pray that we be mature. That there is forgiveness and slowness, if anything ever. God knows our desires no matter what. So don't let the enemy do anything that you wouldn't want to regret later on. Be slow. Remember the song by Bizzle? The easy part is praying. And you gotta wait. I got a lot to say, but God is good. Through Christ, believe in yourself. Keep boundaries from people. Please. God will allow you to do what you want, just like the enemy. But you're in testing right now. Get strong. I'm going to be okay either way. So my faith is in God. But it's been a long time, so I'm happy to say, regardless, that I love you. Continue to pray for me and encourage me. I'm 35 days celibate, and it wasn't hard. I had to look deep within, and I told you before, just imagine, with all the mistakes we've made in that area, how great it would be under the order of what God made it for. And so one day I just pray to become one flesh with someone. There are things that I won't sacrifice either. Love you.